laughs after watching his outstanding display in the quarter-final win over Down. Meanwhile, in Kinnegad, they were raising a cheer for Larry Giles after his 2 goals and 2 points helped to bury Derry's league ambitions in Enniskillen. As to the team news, Meath are unchanged from a fortnight ago. This means that PJ Gillick, who came on as a sub for Jody Devine, sits out the start of this match once again. Devine spent much of that match as an additional midfielder alongside Jimmy McGuinness and Colin Brady. We'll just have to wait and see whether that tactic will be tried again. The conquerors of the All-Ireland champions left 2 forward vacancies in the team announced in midweek. In the event, the Daoine Ella are David Kane from Rosemount at right half forward, with Damien Burke named at full forward. The one who makes way today is John Conlon. And Tommy Sugrue is back in Croke Park once again. He was here for the quarterfinals a fortnight ago. There's a huge crowd present, a most significant occasion, the battle of Meath against Westmeath. And straight away it's McGuinness launching the first attack for the Royal County. Dowd trying to sneak one inside there towards Neville Dunn. Snapped away smartly there by Spike Fagan. One of only 3 Westmeath senior players to have played here at Croke Park in a senior match in the past. The Meath captain, Robbie O'Malley. Once again, it's aimed towards Neville Dunn. Tom Hanley, look how far forward he is. Dowd transferring it neatly to Cormac Murphy, the centre half back. In towards Bernard Flynn, held. And Bernard Flynn held there by the Westmeath midfielder, John Cooney. So here's the first chance for Trevor Giles. 8 points in the quarter-final. Breeze blowing across from right to left as he faces it. And he makes light of the elements, and Meath go in front. Good move here, John Murray. Centre forward, still going forward. On his left boot. Inside towards Fleming, runs down there towards John Cooney. And Cooney is held, and Westmeath have the chance to get the equaliser. Taken very quickly. And Michael Broder, slightly off balance, puts it over the bar. The right corner back gets it on the scoring act from that cleverly taken quick free. Knocked down by Noel Lynch. Again, it's John Murray. Buzz of expectation. Inside there by Larry Giles. Noel Lynch was the supporting player. Martin O'Connell using the boot. Try and get it away from his man. And once again, it's a very good score by John Murray. Westmeath go in front. They wanted the early encouragement here, and they're getting it. Well, that's as good a point as you could hope to see. Well, there were those who were very surprised when they beat Derry in the quarter-final, but this is an illustration of just why. Meath leaving big gaps in the forward line. John O'Brien lets that one to Colm O'Rourke, on now to Bernard Flynn, looking for the equaliser. Anthony Coyne trying to stay tight, but it's difficult against the scoring forward like Bernard Flynn. Again, it's John Cooney who's winning everything at midfield. Noel Lynch just got a fingertip to that. Referee Tommy Sugrue in very quickly. Trying to throw the ball in, it seems. Colin Brady winning it. Jersey tugged there by Noel Lynch. Great fetch there by John O'Brien, who's the Westmeath full-back. David Kane doing a lot of roaming earlier on. Spike Fagan. Very clever play by Westmeath. Jerheven up. Glorious chance here, and that's another lead point, this time for Damien Burke. So Westmeath take the lead once again. Game has started at a terrific pace, and Westmeath leading by 3 points to 2. Well, there was a doubt whether or not Damien Burke would make it into the team eventually. Played against Derry 2 weeks ago, but that's as good a point as you could hope to see. McGuinness. Brady now. Bernard Flynn once again. and trying to notch another point, what would have been an equaliser. Bernard, of course, playing his club football nowadays in Mullingar. That's going to be a free in from the 13-metre line. Too many steps taken. So a chance for 19-year-old Trevor Giles to get his second point of this match. And he's put it over. So 2 points for Trevor Giles, and the teams are level once again. Referee's attention has been brought by one of his linesmen to something that's been happening off the ball. And the referee having a word with John Murray there. Both names been taken. The Meath player involved, Graham Geraghty. That's fisted down by Jimmy McGuinness this time. Meath trying to get a little bit more out of the midfield exchanges. Good call there. Brendan Riley making it his. Nice ball. Tommy Dowd. And Bernard Flynn was lurking, and John O'Brien had to be very secure. This is Ollie Keating. Ball fed nicely forward. Gerheven knocking it in towards Damien Burke. Touchdown for Larry Giles, scoring chance, and he puts it over the bar. The man who scored 2-2 in the last game against Derry gets his first point of the afternoon. Well, Larry, who's also centre-back with the Westmeath Hurlers, puts them back in front. This time with the footballers on a big day for Westmeath at Croke Park. Big day for both counties, of course, but so much at stake. Listed down by John Cooney, but only as far as the waiting Cormac Murphy. Bernard Flynn. Now Trevor Giles, players calling for it. One of them, Jimmy McGuinness, away on the far side. McGuinness coming in there, caught by Tommy Dowd, dropped down. That was just enough. But the referee said that John O'Brien picked the ball off the ground. And a fairly simple free here for Meath. This will be one of the simpler frees for Trevor Giles this afternoon, making no mistake. So he's now got 3 points out of Meath's tally of 4. Spike Fagan rising well there. Well, he was being dragged, the referee decides, taking the free himself. Well caught by Larry Giles. And Giles surrounded by Meathmen. The referee saw a foul. So a very good kickable position here for Gerheven. It's about 30 metres out. So Heven looking for his first point of the day. All of the players in the full forward line now for Westmeath have scored. And the Lake County going back in front again. Today's meeting of these teams is the 22nd in the league. It's 16-4 with one draw in favour of Meath so far. So Westmeath are really fired up. David Kane on a good run. Getting good support, there's good backup play. An ambitious kick there by Gerheven across, touchdown by Larry Giles, waiting for somebody to come in and support. Instead it's Jimmy McGuinness, known as Boots. Look at the amount of space that's down there to exploit. Again, it's John O'Brien. Apart from picking the ball off the ground on one occasion and conceding a free, he's done really well. Larry Giles taking up a great position, trying to turn around Martin O'Connell, and fisting a point. A second point for Larry Giles. Delighted Westmeath fans who've travelled here in their thousands. Well, we've only played 17 minutes. Westmeath, who came in first into the ground, were very nervous. Watch as Martin O'Connell was trying to challenge Larry Giles with the presence of mind to fist the point. Going to pick out Bernard Flynn again. Transferred neatly here to Jody Devine, jersey tugged, and another scoring chance for Trevor Giles. And the referee says, I'm also going to have a word with the player involved. So Michael Broder receiving the lecture, and indeed more than that. Third name taken in the game. So a little more practice then for Trevor Giles to put just one between them. Trevor, who won an All-Ireland minor medal 2 years ago. And Meath beat Armagh and it's 6 points to 5. A fourth for Trevor Giles. The wind supporting Westmeath and Dermot Ryan in this first half. Colm O'Rourke trying to get there ahead of Aidan Collins. Spike Fagan in there. David Kane likewise, belted forward by Fagan, cut out by Robbie O'Malley. Cross towards Trevor Giles. Ollie Keating in some trouble. McGuinness challenged by Keating, and Keating doing well. Well, Westmeath is playing as if their lives depended upon it, but they're playing with a certain composure as well, maybe too much. And that's the equaliser from Tommy Dowd. A mistake back there by John Cooney. A misplaced pass, and you can't do that with players of the calibre of Dowd around. Well, John Cooney's been back time and again around his own full back line, and that misplaced pass was stolen by Tommy Dowd. Quick look up, economy of movement and style, and a very accurate finish. Brilliantly caught by Colm Brady, then dropped down to Damien Burke. John Murray kicking, and Westmeath have responded superbly. Murray's second point, and they've been memorable scores. A real test of their true mettle. They go back in front 7 points to 6 in what's been an engrossing semi-final so far. Damien Burke fed it back there to the number 11. Just a quick look up, the right-footed shot from outside the 45-metre line. That's a terrific kick by any standards. Nicely taken down by Colm O'Rourke. Played forward for Graham Geraghty, who loves to join the attack. Tracking him is John Murray. Fed inside here towards Colm Brady. Nicely back towards Geraghty again. He's made a very good run forward, and this time he's pulled up, and the referee says that's going to be a free from 13 metres, and a chance for Trevor Giles to tie up the game again. So in front of a packed Hill 16, it's Trevor Giles bidding to equalise, and that he does. His 5th point of the day, all of them from frees, a telling contribution at 7 points apiece. An important one at midfield, won by Colm O'Rourke. Nicely forward, Jody Devine nipping into space, on for Tommy Dowd. He got a point from here some time ago. Maybe there's something else on his mind. Trevor Giles has kicked it over, and Meath go back in front. They got a point early on in the match to take the lead. They've been coming from behind ever since. Colm O'Rourke made this possible. Lovely through ball towards Jody Devine, and then look where Tommy Dowd was heading, into that clear space there. His stride checked by Aidan Collins, who had to be very disciplined, back to Trevor Giles, and that's where Meath went back in front. Damien Burke, very close to the far sideline. Dropped in. The Westmeath inside forwards have been causing some problems. There's a tug there, and it's going to be another free in. And Meath needing to get back very quickly. Gerheven having this chance to level the game once again. I think all bar one of Westmeath scored so far have come from play. This is the second, and the match level once again. Second point by Gerheven, making it 8 points for Meath, 8 points for Westmeath. Damien Burke touching it down, but only as far as the waiting Cormac Murphy from St Patrick's. Now Brendan Riley from St Peter's in Dunboyne to Jimmy McGuinness. A lot of space there. Jody Devine into the equation. Player calling for Neville John. This is a great movement. Oh, a superb movement. Bernard Flynn blocked on the line by Spike Fagan. And in the end, it's fisted wide of the target by Neville John. Well, a movement that was reminiscent of Meath's great goal against Dublin back in 1991. The great Kevin Foley goal was the goal I was thinking of. This is Neville John. But what about this for a brilliant save by Spike Fagan, making his way back there on the line, blocking it from Bernard Flynn. That's a terrific save. Graham Geraghty. Close to half-time. That is indeed the half-time whistle. It's been a really good competitive first half. But as the teams are going off the field, the referee is going in to have a word with Graham Geraghty. Larry Giles, as the player, is on the ground. He was fouled by Graham Geraghty as the players were going off the field. A great pity at the end of a very sporting first half. But this was Graham Geraghty as the teams were going off. Larry Giles there and the other player involved, Graham Geraghty. And then as the teams were running off, keep an eye on this. Geraghty throwing the ball at Larry Giles. He was booked earlier and surely he's been sent off for that. Well, clearly the crane operators here building the new Cusack Stand have a great interest in today's match. Westmeath and Meath on the other crane. And it's a great game as well. And the news, by the way, about any possible sending off is that Graham Geraghty is still in the match. He wasn't sent off that time, but he's quite fortunate. Tommy Sugrue getting the second half underway. John Cooney, he had some great moments in that first half. Towards Burke, touched on here towards Jerheven. Well, a poor effort in the end. Remember, it's 8 points to 8 points. Neville Dunn setting up Jimmy McGuinness, taking the return. Noel Lynch in the chase. On to Colin Brady. Should be the first point of the second half. It tails to the left. And that's a bad miss by Brady, the midfielder. Just Meath's second wide, however. Cooney beaten by a combination of three Meath men. Colm O'Rourke, high challenge there on Colm O'Rourke. It seems to be Michael Broder, and he was booked in the first half. He caught his man very, very high and he's been sent off. There's the challenge, and Westmeath are down to 14 men. Michael Broder is sent off for this challenge. A high challenge it certainly was. He was booked earlier on and the referee says that kind of dangerous challenge is outlawed and you're off. So Westmeath down to 14, whereas we thought at half-time it was Meath who might have been down to 14. Trevor Giles will take this free for the Royal County. Number 6 points in the first half, all but one of them from frees, and he's got the first point of the second half, and Meath go back in front again. Easily gathered, however, by Jimmy McGuinness, waiting for a call from Cormac Murphy, making the centre half back position his own, or so it seems. Bernard Flynn looking as sharp as ever, and he underlines that with another fine score. He might have had a goal to go with the 2 points he's already scored, but Meath now open up a 2 point gap. John Murray now trying to make up the numerical inequality by playing back around his own half back line. Meanwhile, we're watching Larry Giles trying to torment Martin O'Connell. The referee says that's going to be a free. Giles did well that time. He carried it through, and some people might have felt he was charging. Well, what Trevor Giles can do for Meath, let's see what Jerheven can do for Westmeath. He's got 2 points from frees so far. This to put one between them. It's a great game. It's there for the winning, and there's plenty of time left. Just 12 minutes into the second half. 10 points to 9. Neville Dunn powerless to take it. Instead it's Spike Fagan playing his heart out. The 32-year-old beaten by that shoulder from Jimmy McGuinness, but the referee says there was a foul. And the action can be brought forward a bit. Spike being reminded there by Tommy Sugrue that he should bring the ball forward 13 metres. Taken short to John Fleming. Fleming for Westmeath, fouled by Brendan Riley. Knocked down there. Taken well by Larry Giles. Puts the head down, goes forward with purpose. Jerheven partially blocked. John Cooney's in there as well, attacking, and he's been pushed, the referee at the sides, and it's a free in. A lot of decisions are going Westmeath's way in the last few minutes. Critical decisions at that. And this can now level the match. The support is there for Jerheven. A simple tap over free, or so it should be. Up and over, and it's 10 points apiece. The people from Meath and other parts of Westmeath are really enjoying their day. 4 points for Ger. Graham Geraghty against the 14 men. Jimmy McGuinness here. Ollie Keating put in the first challenge. John Fleming the second perhaps. Across the face of the goal, a secure fetch there. Vital intervention. And it's John Murray who's back there. Colm O'Rourke at the end of that pass down. A shot by Colm O'Rourke and a point, and Meath are back in front again. The lead has been seesawing, but it's now 11 points to 10. Well, there was just a little punch out that time, and Colm O'Rourke was there picking up these loose balls wherever they come, and that's a great score. Noel Lynch. Again it's Colm O'Rourke, tripped as he was going by. A trip by Damien Burke. Tommy Sugru in there quickly. Well, Trevor Giles has a chance here to equal his tally in the last match against Down. Referee instructing Westmeath's Aidan Collins to stay at least 13 metres back. And he's got the range brilliantly. That's 8 points for Trevor Giles. 7 of them from frees, and it's 12 points to 10. Spike Fagan. This is the 21st free awarded to Westmeath in this match. Graham Geraghty. And still it's Geraghty. Has he got the legs to keep it in play? The answer, yes. John Fleming back there trying to pin a challenge on him. Good run. Angle getting very acute. Fed back to Colm O'Rourke. Always most reliable in situations such as that. 2 points in rapid succession, and she's a very delighted Meath supporter. The gap widens to 3. Ollie Keating towards John Fleming. Keating taking it on again, the right half back against Jimmy McGuinness. Fed inside here for John Cooney. There's still time. Cooney's had a smashing match, losing possession however. Ball breaks down and the referee says a foul in the act of trying to pick the ball up there. John Conlon, the player who was fouled. Ger Heban ready and raring to take the kick. This to try and eat into Meath's lead. An important kick. He's got it. 5 points for Ger Heban. And the gap is reduced to 2 points. And the Westmeath fans still believe that it's possible. It's 13 to 11. Well, it's been as good a league semi-final as you could wish to see. Donald Smith kicking. Now, who can win it here? Westmeath have it. Lynch. John McDermott in challenging, and the decision going Meath's way. Well, Meath in no particular hurry now. It's taken by Colm Brady. Tommy Dowd trying to get onto his left-hand side to Colm O'Rourke, and kick with the left. Radar-like, he puts it between the posts. Well, he's an amazing footballer. 3 points in the second half, all in the space of about 10 minutes. The gap widens once again. Again, it's won well here by Cormac Murphy. Colm Brady. Tommy Dowd just ahead of him. Meath now trying to finish off in some style. And the gap widens thanks to the trusty boot of Tommy Dowd from Dundee. Score of 2 points, and it's 15 points to 11. So 4 points between the teams, but this match was neck and neck for so long. And it's all over. That's the final piece of action. It ends in handshakes. In truth, it was a very, very good league semi-final. Meath, as expected, go through for their first final of the league since 1990. The story of the day so far has been the impressive performance of Westmeath. Spike Fagan had a tremendous match. Trevor Giles kicked 8 points for Meath, and the full-time score here at Croke Park reads Meath the winners by 15 points to 11.
We had prepared for a tough match. I suppose everybody wrote Westmeath off, but we prepared for a match as hard as this. We weren't in any way complacent about it, and we got what we expected really, which was a tough match.
Midway through that second half, you looked to be struggling just a little bit.
Yes, there was a period at the start of the second half when we missed several good chances. A couple of balls dropped short to the goalie, and we had a few wides, and we seemed to get frustrated a little bit for about a 10-minute period, and Westmeath came right back into the game, and if they had to get in front of us, I think we'd have had a job pulling them back.
And then you got a couple of nice half chances and you tucked them away.
Well, that's what I'm there for.
Well, Spike, that was heartbreak.
It certainly was, yeah. We felt at half time we had a bit of a chance, but in fairness now, the second half when we lost Michael Bruder, we were in a bit of trouble, and Meath used the extra man very, very well.
Even Meath people are saying that was all a bit harsh, that sending off.
Yeah, it was. Well, like, it was a bookable offence, I would say, but in the first half he was booked, which is a bit harsh really, so that's where the harshness really was. And it made a telling difference at the end of the game. 3 points in it, like, we were a man down, so we couldn't recover after that.
There were no goals today, but Bernard Flynn came very close to one in the first half, and you stepped in.
Yeah, Bernie won't be too pleased with me now blocking them down. But yeah, it was a heartbreaking moment. They got through, and we just had to funnel back the whole way into defence. He rounded Dermot Ryan, and I was just lucky to be back and get down on his boot in time. The mood in the dressing room, we're all very depressed at the moment. We've put up a very good show. We hope our supporters are pleased, and we hope to be out to support us again in the Leinster Championship. After
the match was over, you stayed in the dressing room for a fair while afterwards. Were you discussing the final?
No, Sean was just telling us to be minding ourselves. I think some of our lads after the victory over Down might have got a little bit too excited.
Well, you know, no doubt there'll be plenty of Mr. Boylan's pep talks between now and the final in a fortnight's time.